Welcome back to this special. Here are some of the top market voices on Governor Rajan's impending exit and its impact on Dalal Street and Mint Street. Everyone is disappointed, but they also believe that the impact on equities, at least, will be minimal.
The bull market should climb a wall of worry. We should not forget that, the policies are going to continue. There is going to be continuity. And nothing has really changed if Dr. Rajan is not there. And remember, it was very important when Dr. Rajan came, because at that time there was a crisis in India. India was among the fragile five. Fortunately, at the moment, there is no crisis. We have huge foreign exchange reserves. Inflation is around 5.5%. The monetary policy, the interest rate cuts are being transmitted. So I don't see any reason why markets should go down. There could be a knee-jerk reaction. But I think markets will be driven, by what happens in Brexit, monsoon, corporate performance, rather than the exit of Dr. Rajan.
Well, actually, it's an image issue more than anything else. The big rally we saw in 2014 and part of 2015 was because we thought, or at least foreign investors led us to believe that there are two solid people at the helm. There is political stability under Narendra Modi, and there is a steady hand at the RBI with Rajan. Now, one half is going to be changed. So will there be a perception in the minds of long-only funds?
We saw a lot of FI inflow come into India under Mr. Reddy, against the last governor, I forget his name,
Subbarao,
against under Bimal Jalan. So Mr. Rajan is not the only man in India who could ensure continuity. So I see no reason, unless and until you appoint a governor, policies that are followed are incorrect. What Dr. Rajan has done, and hats off to him, his legacy will always remain in the Reserve Bank. Government is going to have a monetary policy committee. We are going to have inflation targeting, plus minus 2% or 4%, right? We are going to have slow transfer. We are going to have, banks will have to be more agile in representing NPAs. So first of all, the legacy of Dr. Rajan or whatever he has done will, in my opinion, remain and not change.
Rakesh, the other point that was coming across was that the timing of the decision. The market is already dealing with uncertainty over Brexit, monsoon. Do you think that's a bit of a worry in terms of sentiment impact?
But then if Dr. Rajan has taken his decision that he doesn't want a second term, we cannot do anything about it. I think we are being unnecessarily second-guessing as if we are the financial institutions. I think institutions and countries are greater than individuals. Although I would repeat again and again, hats off for what Dr. Rajan has done.
So, will it make a difference to you at all who his successor is, or do you think, irrespective of who the successor is, the policies that he has set forth will sort of move on, going ahead as well?
I will answer both the questions affirmative. It will make a difference to me who the successor is. But it is also my opinion that regardless of who the successor is, his policies were absolutely correct. They will have to be continued.
What next for markets, Rakesh? Do you think the green shoot that we have seen in economy, the fact that we've seen domestic money flows continue in our markets would ensure, and with maybe a good monsoon, would ensure that the markets actually continue to do well and continue to reward investors?
See, I personally feel we are going to have a U-shaped recovery. We are having a recovery, the depth and the pace of which is difficult to predict. With a good monsoon, with no Brexit, I think I'm looking at higher prices. And I think one place where we could very well, which we have not been able to consider, is a lot of companies have built a lot of efficiencies during this period of difficulty. Once these companies get volumes, the kind of profit growth will be absolutely disproportionate to the kind of volume growth.
What about the other trigger that is upon us this week, which is the Brexit? How important is that for investors?
That's very important in my opinion. But now opinion polls are giving it only a 30% chance. I am very much concerned about Brexit, because I think if Brexit happens, not only will England leave the EU, ultimately I think the EU itself will break. So for the continuity of the EU, it's extremely important that Britain votes for remaining in the euro.
What's the sense that in the second half of this year, the market actually surprises everyone and has a big rally, not just going to all-time highs, but higher all-time highs?
Well, I don't know second half of next year. The path of the market is upward. हम बोले जो तू बोले हो तो तेरे मुंह में घी शक. So I wish it happens, but the path is upward, boss. How fast it will happen is difficult to say.
Are you playing any of the monsoon-related themes? I know escorts has been a favorite of yours, but any other,
Ma'am, I already have an investment in escorts. I own 10% in escorts, 10% in Reliance. Both monsoon-related schemes. So I have enough of monsoon exposure.
Stock market is bigger than, this is the biggest machine in the world. So it's most complex, biggest. So we can have emotional outburst for somebody who is prominent, global, leaving the country and laying down the office. But markets are much bigger. I mean, these are times when you must remember why we are bullish and why we are in the market. Not because of one person, one political party. It's because the nation, because of the economy, the character of the economy, demographics, the opportunity. This is probably the only market which is up 100 times in the last 30 years. Who was the governor, who was the prime minister, what party was there, what coalition was there. It's all, so the destiny of the nation is set.
I think at a time when he came 3 years back, India actually needed someone with his credibility to instill that confidence into the global investors' mind. Having said that, people are taking it too far, as if the country is going to go down the drain because of any one person's exit. So I am not in that camp who believes that.